Hey Capricorn, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for October 28th, 2025. This is for Capricorn, last shuffle for Capricorn. Let's see, Capricorn, you have travel, you have peace. This is telling me that you're headed towards a place where Spirit is trying to shed things that you have experienced through life to get you to experience a level of peace. They want your intention to be one where you are trying to keep the peace. These cards flipped out. So this speaks a lot about how Spirit wants you to realize that nothing is wasted. That may be a key factor in a lot of where they're coming from about a challenge that you may be facing. A lot of this challenge is within self here, about feeling inadequate based on where we come from and all the things that we've experienced in our journey. Like maybe this could be the vibe of saying, I was never introduced to that. I never knew this, or I was never shown that, or I never had, whatever it is, right? I never had this certain experience, right? And due to that, it could cause one to um, operate out of ego, which I don't see you operating out of ego, right? But that's what it could lead to just by um, being in that space. They want you not to rush. They're saying let nature take its course in situations. They want you to allow your youthful side to come out, like mm, allow yourself to feel happy. You deserve that. They're showing that you want to say, I do not worry about things that I cannot control. Saying that is very important because whatever is the obstacle, whatever the challenges are that you are facing, especially as we're speaking of travel, would be one where it's saying there's some things you couldn't do anything about. There's some things or people in general that were involved in the scenario. You can't change them. You can't make them be anything. It's not your fault, kind of thing. It's not your fault, any of that. You want to focus on breathing the love into your life. And that energy that would speak to you about everything that you do, being from a place of I love this or I would love that. All of the things that guide you to do what you're doing would have to come from a place of I would love it if this was this, or I would love to finish that, or I would love to watch this, whatever that is. Most of us are operate out of a place of I can't stand, like just on a negative note, not Capricorns, but in general humans. It seems like it's so easy for us to notice the most negative aspects of things, or notice difference, kind of thing. And they want you to to call yourself higher, to realize that there's no such thing as a waste of energy, no such thing as a waste of time, that things will be rectified. Now, some of you may be experiencing some legal issues or having to deal with something legally, and this would tell me more than anything else that um, you'll want to cooperate. If you have any legal issues, you'll want to be diplomatic. You'll want to focus on being generous with that kind of energy, not to come from a place of ego out of in this, which would be to you wouldn't want to be the type of person that's like, do you know who you're talking to? You wouldn't want to be the type of person that would be you don't want to get loud. You don't want to become impatient. You don't want to come off as self-centered. You want to be very diplomatic to the other party in this situation, and to focus a lot on cooperation and and compromise. Okay, they want you to realize that that's what makes you a force. Being in that energy, being lighthearted, that is what makes you a force. I do see that if you do find yourself being like, do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're dealing with? I'm seeing that you may find yourself, mm, you'll throw yourself off. I just want to say you will throw yourself off. And I feel that there would be secrets kept from you if you are in this energy. You'll want to be invited into an elite circle. And by being in that space, you would have to show yourself as a leader. Um, Egotistical energy, which I do not think that you're in, but that's what it would look like if you are not diplomatic. And that would put you on the outside of something that you're meant to be involved in. So you want to be very careful about how you're portraying yourself. I don't think that you need to be fake at all. If look, disrespect, I don't do disrespect, and I'm sure you don't either. As a matter of fact, I think we're matched in that, as far as Leo, Capricorn. Disrespect is not allowed. But they're showing here that collaboration is important. Okay. Now, peace with the Three of Pentacles, yeah, Ace of Wands, same thing. They're saying that your success will come from you being patient, very patient. Fragmented energy is the Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups. What may scatter you in general would be that you may know there's something about you feeling like you don't know enough, or you're not. hmm, Fragmenting means scattering your energy, right? Rendering it less impactful, diluting your energy. So that would tell me that it would feel like being patient would feel like being a novice, an apprentice, right? So maybe I'm a boss in my own right, but being diplomatic, or being like a collaborative energy, instead of coming in going, all right, I'm the boss and I know what's right and I can do this or whatever. But rather than being that way, you may feel like you are not, um, like you're being treated like a subordinate. And that's not necessarily the case. Um, that is, you are more powerful when you are patient. I don't know why, but they're throwing out here that you'll be more powerful in that way, which means that those who, your energy is meant to draw out those who are not worthy of being in a certain space. It's like your calmness, your diplomacy will open the doors for someone to step into that spotlight, because someone's meant to be shed out of a situation or taken out of a situation. Someone is not meant to be where they are. And in order to suss that out, you want to be the person that's like quiet, calm, right? Unassuming. Because I can kid you not, I'm seeing angel number 999. That means your current circumstances are ending, so that you could take advantage of better ones. And I feel that you may be experiencing significant change. You will be if you're not already. And you need to view your life as a series of cycles or chapters, rather than it's messed up. So it's going to be this, like, assuming that this is your life now. This is what your life is going to be, not the cycle that this is just part of it and it's going to end. And then I'm going into a new chapter and that's going to end. Understanding that certain phases are not going to last forever. You will overcome an obstacle, overcoming challenges. But yeah, and you have to say, I do not worry about things I cannot control, because that frees you up to realize that this is just a cycle. This is just a chapter in the situation. So either way, commitment here with the Knight of Cups and the Hanged Man. Something is going to happen here where it looks as though you will. I see a disappointment. I see disappointment, but the commitment is to see things from a different angle, to understand that a true leader doesn't have to say they are. You know what I mean? If you're really a boss, you don't have to say so. Your presence commands that. And it doesn't make you weak to be diplomatic in a situation at all. I hope that makes sense, right? You do deserve better, but it will be revealed that you do. And it will be revealed that you didn't, like you didn't have that as well, um, as you are more gracious towards the situation or the people. I know how this sounds, so I'm just going to leave it there, because I'm like, good gosh, that's wild. Um, you Yeah, the color that I'm seeing is plum, or the fruit. Even the scent smell. I love the scent of plum, but you want to use that to overcome your challenges. It does help one to see the challenge in front of them and overcome it very easily. That's what it vibrates on, that universal synchronicity of that energy is of plum. Let's see. Vultures may be important. You may see vultures, and that's just a reminder that nothing is ever wasted, right? Even this too shall pass kind of energy. So you could be dealing with another Capricorn, a Pisces. I'm seeing Scorpio and Sagittarius. You also could be dealing with a Cancer, so you could be a Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.